So today again we are looking at text features. Remember that text features are mostly found in the genre of nonfiction text. Remember, text features help us locate important information in a text. It also helps us understand what we read. We covered the very first row yesterday. Now we're going to look at the second row today. Read it with me. Photograph, icon, map, timeline, glossary, headings. Very good. Icon. An icon is a picture on a computer or digital device that opens an application, file, or website. For instance, the icon would be like, you know how sometimes we go on YouTube and we look up the science videos? If I click on that icon, it brings up a website to YouTube in order for us to watch the videos, okay? Yeah. Map. A map is an illustration that shows where something is and how the location relates to the text. Again, the author is putting the map to show how it relates to what you are reading. The map is not just there to look pretty, right? There's a relationship, okay? Hyperlink. A hyperlink is a digital link that readers can click to go to another web page. For instance, if we're reading a story about space and we want to look at a video, what will I do? I will type in www.space.com. It's going to take me to a video about space so I can show you more information about what we're reading about, okay? The glossary. A glossary has important words listed in alphabetical order that is located at the back of the book. It gives definitions and the meaning of words. So chances are when you're reading a text, it's going to be a bold print. If a word is in bold, it's an important word that the author wants you to know. If you don't know what that word is, we can go into the book. We go all the way to the back where the glossary is. It will give me a list of definitions of those words, and it will tell me the word meanings, okay? And it's always located in the back. If it's in a text, we may see it towards the bottom of the text, and it may have a number on top. You got it? Okay. The heading. A heading divides the text into sections, and it identifies the main topic of the paragraph, page, or chapter. So for instance, when we are reading a text and you see paragraph 1, 2, and 3, and you see that on top it has a heading for each, those headings are telling you what you're going to be reading about within that paragraph. And it also helps you with the main idea of that paragraph as well. You understand? Yeah? All right, good. Okay, so basically this is a huge map. So within the book, if the author is giving you a map to look at, and this is the map of the 50 states. So for instance, if we're reading about President George Washington, they may indicate exactly where he used to live and where he grew up. We would then look at the map at where he used to live, pinpoint exactly where it is, and then we could say, oh, okay, well, we live way down here in Florida, and he lives way in, I don't know, I want to say Virginia. He grew up, maybe? I want to say Virginia he grew up. So then we would look for Florida, and then the exact state where he grew up, to see maybe we can look at the distance, maybe which states are around it, and then we get more familiar with the map. So when you're talking to someone and they say, oh, it's in Georgia, you know that Georgia is right on top of Florida, right? Yeah. It gives you an idea in your head to say, oh, I know where that is. Does that make sense? Yeah. We're looking at this book on Saturn. This is the glossary and the back of the book. All of these words within the book were in bold print. So for instance, it says the word crater. It gives me the definition of the word crater. It says a bowl-shaped hole. So that would bring us back to the glossary, important words, and it's going to tell you the meaning of an important word. If we're reading about the crater and a crater on a planet and you don't know what crater is, we're in trouble. That's why we have the glossary in the back of the book, all right? And then after that is the index. Remember the index I told you yesterday? The index was yesterday, how it's in alphabetical order, and it's telling you exactly where you can find that word on that page. So if I'm looking for the word crater, it says that I will find crater on page 13. So what do? I go all the way to page 13. Guess what? The word crater is there, and it's there in bold. That way I don't have to flip through the whole entire book just to find that one word. Does that make sense? Our solar system. So we're reading a book about exploring Saturn. Our solar system. Our solar system is a part of the universe where we live. The solar system is made up of the sun, Earth, 8 other planets, many moons, and other space objects. The sun is at the center of the solar system. The 9 planets orbit the sun we live on. And this is a photograph of what it says, the Milky Way. And that is a label, that is a text feature. Our solar system is a part of the universe, also called the Milky Way. On a clear night, the Milky Way looks like a milky band of light in the night sky. And on the other page, it is showing you all of the 8 planets. Look good. If you're looking at, you look how small the Earth is compared to Saturn. When you see something like this, the author is making a comparison in size. It's trying to let you know that Earth is a smaller planet than Saturn, okay? Many moons. So this is a moon. At least 18 moons travel around Saturn. These moons orbit, they go around. These moons orbit Saturn much like our moon orbits the Earth. Many of Saturn's moon has large craters on them, just like our moon does. Saturn's largest moon is called Titan. So that word crater, notice how it's bolder than the rest of the word. The author is drawing attention to this word, all right? You should be thinking in your mind. Your mind should be saying, oh, I know why it's in bold. The author is drawing attention to this word right here. Does that make sense? Yeah. Exploring Saturn. That means that we're going to be talking more about Saturn. So this is a heading for this page. Most of what we know about Saturn we learned from space probes. Space probes is bold. So the author is doing what? Drawing attention to this word. So where might I find the meaning of this word? In the back of the book. So I gotta go to the back of the book, and it says space probe, a spaceship that carries tools to record facts about outer space and send them back to the Earth. Right? In 2004, a space probe called Cassini will arrive at Saturn. This space probe is named after the French scientist who discovered that scientists actually has more than one ring. Cassini will study Saturn for 4 years. Scientists believe Cassini will send back more facts about Saturn than we ever learn about a planet other than Earth. So he is a scientist and he is studying the planet of Saturn.